Auburn, Alabama, biggest rivalry in college football. Joel Klatt, you can eat a bag of bricks because you're foolish to say that Michigan and Ohio State. Jeff, if he's on here, he can defend it. That's fine. This state is divided down the middle. We share a state. Look, guys, these players played in high school together. Michigan, Ohio State don't really, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but it's not like here. These players share rival camps together. There actually are families where cousins and stuff go to different Alabama or Auburn. I mean, it's talked about. I'm sure it's talked about it, church jokingly, up north too, but it's just different here. And we don't have hockey. We don't have pro football teams. They have big soccer teams too up north. It's just a whole different ball of wax. So miss me on the BS of the best rivalry, in the game is, Michigan, Ohio State. I completely disagree. Is it a great game? Yeah. Has the rivalry had a little luster lost from it? Yeah. Michigan's on their tail, as Alabama's owned Auburn for years and years and years now. So what's the keys for Auburn offensively to go out here and score? Well, this will be the best defense that Ashton Daniels has played against. I believe the guys are going to be tuned up, ready to go, ready to play, and understand what's at hand. Proctor, left tackle, said, he had a very good quote today saying how he talked about a few of their players, from Atkins to Keldrick Falk to whatever to Winners and their run game. Cobb said Auburn's got a good team, but to us guys, it's like it's just another game because it's just another week in the SEC. Yeah, these guys want to rip our face off, and we're prepared for that. We expect a good game. We've won there before. We beat them up here at our house last year, so that's just kind of that. So Auburn offensively, Ashton to be able to go out there and play and just make a difference. We're going to have to go by what we see. And I watched him play. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. He had a good game against Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt's DBs are bad. Their secondary is as bad as Auburn's. Auburn's secondary is about 103rd. So it's probably about what he was used to seeing at practice. Offensively, are they going to be able to run the ball on Alabama? I think so. I think they'll have some success with that. Can they wrangle Ashton? Can he get out there and get loose and run the ball some? They're going to have to run him some to keep them kind of honest. You like to see some screens and stuff to try to slow down. The linebacker core at Bama is better than Auburn's. Atkins is Auburn's best player by far. He leads in tackles for loss and sacks, both. But you got Russo and Pierre, and of course Jefferson, leads the team in tackles. I think they could have some success. They got a good field goal kicker. I think he's back on track. He don't miss very much. Saw him play in high school. Great young man, good family up here at Fort Payne. If Auburn can get down there close inside, if he can just kick, 35-yard field goals, hey, look, three's better than none. And that's kind of that. How much points does Auburn offense need? I'm going to kind of feel like 3 touchdowns and a couple of field goals. Do I think they can get there? It will be tough for him because just don't know, man. Ashton hadn't really played nobody like this. He's going to have a hard day. If Bama plays on their track defensively and they can get a little rush on him and can sack him a little bit, that could be the difference in the game. Now, on the other side of the ball, Alabama offensively has been absolutely just Stranger Things is out tonight. It'll be coming on here in a little bit on Netflix. That's Bama's offense. It's just what's happened is defenses have gotten more and more keys and film on how to kind of beat this team. One, two, there's things we already knew. Like Ty's not the deep ball thrower guy, but he can hit all the middle stuff. Well, he could. He's going to throw a pick in the game. It's just where he's at. Now, why is that? Well, they're throwing the ball. I mean, like first play of the game, they're throwing the ball. It's 3rd and 3. They're throwing the ball. That comes from a lack of run game. And it's been this way for years and years and years and years and 4 years or so at Bama. Ty's going to have to run the ball some. That's going to be a key for Bama to score. Offensively, from Horton, Brooks, Bernard, and I guess you could say Ryan, he's, just kind of out there moving around sometimes. Some people were saying Russo was like, well, it's up in the air. I've read on 2 different places that he will not play Saturday. He probably more than likely will not even play in the SEC title game if they win Saturday. He's going to be maybe a playoff game. And I'm trying to find out, which is hard because they're like, it's hard to get some guys because it's like game week. If his ankle's broke, he's out for the season. He won't be back. But we do love our local guy, Brody Dalton. And Brody, he's 89 there at Bama, played at 5. He is a winner. Comes from good stock family. Talked to his dad some, back when they were playing over there. Good people, knows what it takes to win. I'm excited for him to have an opportunity to play in the Iron Bowl, and I'm sure he is excited. That tight end game could be some difference. But the thing with Bama running the ball, they don't want to run out of 12 personnel set like a double tight end set. They try to bring, Jeremy and these sweeps and stuff. And the Auburn's linebackers, the guys, they can fly, man. They got plenty of speed. Their front 7 is not bad. They've kept them involved in a lot of games. Now their backside is where it kind of gets foggy. Guys have been picked on over there some, and guys running by. Pleasant's going to grab. He's going to hold somebody 10 yards up the field. He's getting blown by. He gets a lot of PI calls, but he may get you a pick in a game. Bama should be able to. They're going to need a touchdown every quarter. This could come down to a late kick in the ball game, man. It really could, and I think that's where we're at right now.